Hey y'all, Servants Heart Homestead here. So if you have watched our YouTube channel lately, you would know that our garden did not make it this year. And we just kind of gave up and put the chickens in there that we will be culling probably in a couple months once it cools down a little bit more. So they're in there and they're eating everything down, and honestly they've eaten it halfway down and they've only been in there for like a week. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, so our garden did not do good. It was just a combination of weeds, and we were hit really bad with insects this year. And we blame the cats partly for that because we have too many cats here for the ecosystem to stay correct, and they are eating all of the lizards and the birds and everything that's going to come and eat the pests for the garden. So we're trying to figure out what to do about that. So if you want a kitten, hit me up. We have, 5 of them. They're really cute. We just have too many for the space that we have, and they're killing everything that is supposed to kill the bad stuff. So anyways, it was a combination of that, not getting out there to weed it because James was born right when everything started growing and the weeds kind of took off, and then you know that when it rains it just like goes crazy. So it was like, should we take the time and kill ourselves to go in here and weed this whole thing and try to save it, or should we just move on? And we just chose to move on because we have way too much going on right now. So what I did is I came out here, and this is right outside our door, and I made this little garden area last year, I think, and I planted some winter stuff, and the weeds overtook it too. So what I'm doing is I came out here and cleaned everything, and I have a tarp out here, and I'm just going to leave this tarp on for however long it takes to kill everything underneath it. And then maybe we can use this as a garden space in the spring, or if it kills it in time, we might can use it as a winter garden again. But as far as fall, I decided that I wanted to try to plant something and grow something this year. And now that James is, good with Austin holding him and all that, like I can come out here on days that Austin's off and then just stay on top of like anything that falls in here weed wise, because they're grow baskets. So I'm going to turn you around. I have these grow baskets that we've had for quite a while. That one's new, but these two are old. And then I have another one that I may put some stuff into. But I decided to try to grow something in the grow baskets, and I figured it would be pretty safe from weeds if it's on top of the tarp. So I'm trying here. I don't really know if this is going to work. This is kind of trial and error, but so in here I have carrots, and we've tried growing carrots before and they didn't work. And I started following this guy on Instagram, and he was talking about carrots, and he said don't put them in manure because they don't grow very well. It stunts their growth or something. I can't remember what he said. Anyways, so I bought organic soil from the store, and that's what I put the carrot seeds in. So all that's in here is carrots. And then in this one, I just put some beets in there just to see if I could grow them. I don't know if there's enough soil in there, but I'm just trying it. And then in this one, I have 2 types of winter squash. One is buttercup and one is, what is the one? It's like the most common one. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, that's in there. And then I'm going to get the other grow bag that we have and put pumpkin seeds in it. But I also came over here in this section that the tarp didn't reach. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pull some weeds up and just plant it, because this soil is like super good soil. And I was like, I'm just going to plant it and see. So I put, from this stick, I put over here pumpkin seeds, the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to grow those and see if that works. And then over here, I put some more winter squash just to see if it would grow in this area. And I figured this is a small enough space that it's probably like my body length, which is 5 feet. So, well, I'm 5'5", but anyways, I'm rambling. It's a small enough space that I should be able to come out here every day and pull whatever weeds I find growing. But yeah, we're just gonna try it and see. Maybe I'll be able to grow something, maybe I won't. I did try to find like the pumpkin that you eat. I don't know if you can eat jack-o'-lantern. I guess I need to look that up. I don't think that's the kind that you eat. I don't know. Anyways, I'll look it up. But if it's not the kind you eat, I would really like to find some seeds from the store. I didn't see them at our Tractor Supply, so I didn't get them. I just got the jack-o'-lantern because I figured the kids could do something fun with that. And I'd really just want to see if I can grow anything this year. So our other stuff is doing great. We have a citrus tree that's doing really well. We have elderberry that has just took off this year. Our herbs like lemon balm, the stuff that we make teas with, have really done well this year. And so, I mean, I guess that's a blessing. And then at the beginning of the garden season, we got a ton of zucchini and squash. So it wasn't all wasted. So I am thankful for that. And I cut it all up and put it in the freezer because I just didn't have enough time to do anything else with it. So yeah, wish me luck. Let's see if we can get something to grow this year. And then maybe I can pull the tarp up and see if we can't put a winter garden out here in this small area. And then just work on, I don't know what we're going to do in the two big areas that we plan on. Our garden area we have, and then the other area that we were going to turn into a garden is really big too. And we may just have to end up doing no dig or raised beds or something, because it's just like you cannot stay on top of the weeds. After a couple of days of rain, it's like impossible for one person to be out there pulling weeds in such a big area. So yeah, I think that we may have to go a different route, but we're learning, and that's the whole point of, you know, getting out there and starting. You never learn anything if you don't start it to begin with, and that's what we're doing. And our daughter, our 9-year-old, is very hard to convince to keep trying things, so this is a really good lesson for her too, watching us continue to try even after we failed. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of short this week. We've been kind of busy. I guess I'll give you a little update really quick. James has a lip and a tongue tie, and we thought that it would be okay to just kind of keep trying to see if he could work it out. I ended up calling a lactation consultant to come and check it out. We did take him to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician said she didn't think it was bad. The lactation consultant said that it was bad. And so we're gonna have to get it released, which has me all anxious because I hate seeing babies cry, even if they're not my own. But it's gonna be better for him because he's struggling with major gas issues right now, and he's just in pain. Like, his stomach hurts, he's not eating correctly, he's eating every hour, and I didn't know until the lactation consultant came and weighed him after each side he fed on. He's only getting 1.5 ounces when he eats, which is why he's eating every hour. So I mean, he's gaining really well, so I guess I had a really fatty milk, but he should be eating like 2-3 ounces at a time by 2 months old, and he should be going at least 2 hours without having to eat again. So poor thing just hasn't been able to get as much as he needs because the tongue tie is so bad. The lip tie isn't super bad, but the tongue tie is really bad, and it starts at the beginning of his tongue. So he can't follow your finger in his mouth. He can't raise it up to the roof of his mouth. So like how we have like a divot, and the lactation consultant explained all this to me, how we have a divot, he has like a bubble on the roof of his mouth because his tongue can't reach there to like push it in. So he's just struggling. So I called the dentist, and we thought that we were gonna have to go in for a consultation and then, you know, do the procedure and all this stuff. And I sent pictures in because they require that. And they called me back the same day and was like, hey, we want to go ahead and get him in. Like, it's pretty bad. So we're going in not this next week, but the next, which works out because my dad will be here and can stay with the girls. And then Austin's going to be working, but my friend is going to go with me because I'm going to be a mess. because the lactation consultant told me that there's 2 ways that it'll go down. Either he won't notice it at all because it's like super fast, it's just a laser, or he'll scream for 5 or 6 hours. And so I'm really just praying, if you guys can pray with me, that he just doesn't notice it, because mentally I can't handle babies screaming. It makes me feel like they're like, something's gonna happen to them. I know it's not, but it just makes me feel like that. And I feel like they are just, you know, they just need comfort. And so I don't do any cry out methods or anything. And if he starts screaming in the car, I pull over the first chance I get and I pull him out and I reassure him and nurse him if I need to. And then I put him back in. That's just who I am as a mom. And, so yeah, so I knew that I would not be able to drive home if he was screaming in the back, especially after going through a procedure like that where it's potentially painful. And so she's going to drive home if need be. I'm really praying that he doesn't notice it though. And then I think for like at least 2 weeks, you have to do an exercise with him, with his tongue, or exercises with his tongue where they did the release, and lip, I guess, if they need to do that too. And then just help him work that out, which I've been told is really rough because they scream. So it's going to be a rough couple of weeks. If I don't put a video up next week, you'll know why. But maybe everything will be fine, and I'm just getting myself worked up for no reason, and you know, God will be in control of everything, and everything will go smooth. But if not, then I know he's still in control, and I'll just work through it and just know that in the long run it's going to be better because he'll be able to eat correctly, and he should be happier because he won't be in pain from gas. So anyways, that has been what's been going on. So I haven't really been able to do any of the videos that I want to do. I want to give you a tour of the toddler room and the nursery. They're sharing, James and Ainley are sharing a room, and I've pretty much got it done. And then I would love to give you videos of more of the house and then homestead updates and stuff. But anyways, this is all I got done this week, so I figured I would show you guys, and maybe you can pray with me that something will grow for me this year. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.